It was on this date in 1990 that Dave Grohl played his first show as the new drummer of Nirvana. Now, you might have known that, but do you know the story of how Dave got there? Well, he started out playing drums in a band called Scream. Scream was a big part of the hardcore punk movement in Washington, D.C. in the 1980s. Their previous drummer, Kent Stax, had left the band, so they're holding auditions, and Dave gets it. He actually lied to the band, told them he was in his 20s when he was only 17. So at 17, he drops out of high school, starts touring with Scream, ends up playing drums on their fourth studio album, No More Censorship, and then in the middle of a tour, the band's in LA, and their bassist, Skeeter Thompson, ups and leaves everybody else behind. So Dave is stuck in LA with no band, no money, and just trying to figure out what's next. He's sleeping on people's couches, and then he gets a call from a friend who's also a friend of Kurt Cobain and Chris Novoselic. And he says, hey, Nirvana's looking for a new drummer. You should give Kurt and Chris a call. So Dave calls Chris Novoselic, and Chris says, sorry, man, we already found a new drummer. See, they had picked out Dan Peters of Mudhoney to fill that spot. But then later that same night, Chris calls Dave back and he says, you know what? Why don't you give Kurt Cobain a call? We just want to make sure we're considering all our options here. So Dave calls Kurt. They hit it off right away. Kurt invites Dave to Seattle to audition, and, well, I guess you could say the rest is history.